Afternoon, Ian. Welcome, viewers and listeners. You're here at Goolwa Oval. It's been drizzly rain, misty rain most of the time.
Welcome, viewers and listeners.
And
Goolwa Oval.
we're getting the feedback onto here, but yeah, we'll get on top of that there. Sorry about that. But the toss has been concluded here at the Goolwa Oval. Goolwa Port Elliot have won the toss and going to kick to the C end, which is down the main road or the shopping centre, and the visitors McLaren Districts will be kicking to the left of screen, which is down to the main township area. So players are starting to take positions here. We're set up at the Goolwa Oval today because tomorrow we have the women's grand final here at the same oval, so we don't like to move too often, but the umpires are almost ready to go. We are going to get underway early here today, so they'll be short, sharp and correct. So and noticing at the McLaren's jumpers, Goolwa are black and white and McLaren's are almost the Crows. They're a maroon, red and white, yellow. So up we go. The ball goes up in the centre and up they go. Gets tapped down, comes into the centre. Oval's in pretty good nick but damp. Goes out, kicks forward, goes up to for McLaren's. McLaren's kick the ball back out, go onto it. Quickly comes up through there in Evans. Evans gets the ball, swings it around, goes up, bounces off the chest of the player. Picked up there through Ryan Smart for Goolwa. He goes off over the back, read it beautifully over there, and there's Justin Watson. So Goolwa Port Elliot into attack for the first time up in here. Short kick, that is miles lows and hits the McLaren's player on the Tarek Redagolo on the chest. He goes off, goes inside, finds his player there in Daniel Marr. Sorry, it was Todd McKay. McKay goes out wider still. He goes over, picks his player up, running past the wing into the forward lines. Out they come. Big player goes up in Cody Ellison. He turns around now for McLaren's. He drives short, comes out to the lead. Over the top it goes. Comes back out. Now we've got out there was Daniel Marr. He can't do anything with the ball. And Goolwa Port Elliot get into it. Pushed around, still slipping and sliding. The umpire will let this go because of the greasy conditions. And finally comes in for a ball up in the forward pocket for McLaren Districts. Up she goes. Goes up. Showers look like they just come back again. Goolwa player gets tackled, gets swung around, and the umpire's back to the old one, which is good going on. That one there, I reckon, was Ryan Smart. Handball's off, goes quickly back to Ryan Kennelly. Kennelly goes off, not a good kick, picks up the Goolwa player. He misses a target by a mile, comes straight out. McLaren's get the ball, he gets it, gets smacked in the fingers and goes off, and quickly playing onto advantage now is Goolwa. They go off, finds his player up here in Thomas Sullivan. Sullivan, short kick, goes off here and just takes it inside, and that's Reese Slape. Right in front of the coach's box of the interchange here, in front of the club rooms. Goes off, kicks it up now, goes up to the forward lines, up they go, smashed them out from the pack, goes around quickly, picked up there by Daniel Fry. Fry goes forward, kicks it all up, dribbling out, and she back turns and stay in play, and picked up there by McLaren's. McLaren's repel out there, finds his player out there and must have been close to the line. The boundary umpires were out there, and that's Todd McKay. Todd McKay from McLaren's drives this ball off, comes up, goes up to the wing position, up and down, juggled mark, can't take it, but it looks like he got hung onto a bit too long. The advantage goes to Goolwa. Goes off now. No, the umpire's called it back.
Take advantage of a mark.
Yeah. So the umpire's called it back, and Goolwa Port Elliot were trying to get into attack. And as I said, so the umpire's called it back now on the true wing position out of the far side. Those viewers are watching in the background there are the bowling rinks. All new development going on here in the Goolwa Oval, and that's still going on. New netball courts and cricket nets going up. So up they go, goes up the forward lines, up there. Can't take the mark, McLaren's. Goes out, quickly picked around up there by Daniel Fry once again. He goes off, puts it all over. The umpire looks, a big splash of water behind him. He indicates it okay. So we finish up with a fair score on our
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Up they go for the knock. Goolwa player gets in there and he's held on to, says the umpire.
hot trough.
And they have a kick now down towards the main road end. And that is not a bad kick either, but it's not too
Nice
straight.
shove out. And the umpire saw it's going to be 25 metre here.
That's if they ever get the ball back, Trev.
Yeah, if it goes over that fence in the new netball court areas out there, Kevy, I'd say it's stick like mud. So
Anyway.
top dress in this first lot of rain, that would be like jelly out there.
Anyway, McLaren have got the ball after all that messing around, and down the ground they go. They've taken the mark over there, and that is Tarek Ridigolo with the mark. He's kicked it right down to the forward line, and going through there was Goolwa. Player there from Goolwa was Costa de Conning. And now down the wing area it goes out there again. Goolwa might pick this up. Quick hand pass goes across there to Ryan Kennelly, and the ball now is on its way down the other end of the ground. Player with the ball this time is Reece Slape, and here's a chance out there now for Goolwa to pick it up again. If they do, they'll pick it up and have a quick kick in. And not the boundary umpire says it's gone across the boundary line and out of bounds, and he will throw it back in. And he goes with it. Well, the boundary umpire threw it in. It hit the ground before it got near the ruckman. Got to put a bit more
Clean
oomph in
bowled
it.
him, didn't it?
A bit more oomph in it. He's going to throw it up again. Up it goes. Pushed it straight down onto the ground, and now the ball has gone down the wing area and it's gone
Out untouched.
Is it touched or not touched?
Not touched.
Not touched. So the player with the ball there is Ryan Kennelly. Gone over the back, and here's a chance now for Goolwa to have another shot at goal. This is Daniel Fry again. Can he kick 2 goals with 2 kicks?
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Kevy?
Soon will. Looks like he's probably got the breeze with him anyway. He comes in now to take his kick. Oh, no.
Out in the full.
Out on the full from about 20 metres out. Straight over the fence it goes, and the ball will be brought back, Trev.
So out here's McLaren's in the back pocket. Bring the ball out, finds his player sitting out into there. I reckon it could be Goodison. He's still deep in the back pocket. The back line's there. Brings it out. Short kick goes forward. He finds his player out there in Daniel Marr. Marr goes off quickly, goes out, finds his player out further in McKay. McKay goes off, he handballs over, goes off now, coming up to their forward flank. Up it goes, body work doesn't work for him. Goolwa come out, sockers it off the ground, goes forward to the pocket. Off McLaren's go, get the ball up, picks it all up, spins back in, goes back out through there, and then Matthew Merritt. Merritt's handball goes in, finds up to Mackay. Mackay goes off quickly off the boot. Slapped forward by Goolwa, coming out to it, overrunning it into it, pushes it forward, out to his player, goes around quickly, handball goes off, up in there, now turns it over quickly. 2 of them up here, they've just got to work together, comes out here onto Justin Watson, and they messed each other up, and that spoiled it, and this will go out in the full, so McLaren's have burned it, and it comes back over now to Ryan Carnelli again on the forward flank. Club room side, goes off and he finds his player in the forward pocket in Reece Slape. Reece Slape, he goes short, goes inside, misses him by a mile, comes back up. McLaren's recover, go out on the defensive side, goes out and he finds this player out there in Todd McKay. He's getting a few kicks already into it. Goes off, finds this player quickly there on the chest there of Elijah Ware. Ware goes off, puts it up there. Intercepted was Goolwa, but he couldn't drop it. Comes up around, quickly around there to McKay. McKay goes off, finds his player out there, goes forward, goes onto it there. Umpire's whistle's gone, and he's come back for a kick. I thought he would have inquired to the goal umpire on that, because if that went through,
what are we doing?
He shouldn't. He should allow the free going. But anyway, he's pulled it all back for it there, and the ball comes back here to Daniel Marr. Daniel Marr quickly plays off, short kick, finds his player very well unguarded, and Tarek Redigalo. So Tarek Redigalo is going to kick from probably around the 30-metre mark, just onto there. The man on the mark will be close on it. It's a 50 metre, so he'll kick from about the 26, 27, and he gets close, drives this ball up.
That's a good
hangs
kick.
It, gets onto it, goes up into that, and he's missed that one for a minor score, Kevy. So, so there's the first score to McLaren in the FPA scoreboard, 1 point to Goolwa Port Elliot, 1 goal.
And Goolwa Port Elliot, they kicked the ball back. Player there missed probably what we consider an easy mark, but McLaren now just head into goal, and that's not a good kick. And that's Ryan Kennelly's got hold of it, and it's going down, and it's pushed straight across the boundary line, up the grandstand, and the umpire will throw it in. So it looks like it could rain any minute, or the sun could come out.
Yeah, I think it's still showery there, Kebby.
Yeah, the boundary umpire throws it in, but they're throwing it in that short now that the players have almost got to get right behind the boundary umpire, because they're not throwing in far enough. Ball's on the ground, and the umpire will throw it in again. So at the moment it is 1 goal to Goolwa Port Elliot and 1 point to McLaren.
McLaren now with the ball in their defensive half, comes up, goes forward onto there, and he finds his player quickly on the chest there, and Jake Stummer Harvey. Boy, that's a word to get around. He's picked up a free kick here, so umpire Andrew Goody is firing 1 to McLaren's.
That's
the ball goes back.
He kicked the ball back to him.
Yep, so it looks like that's Darcy Brown, number 25 for McLaren Districts. He'll line up. He's got a bit further to kick than his partner Redigalo did a couple of minutes ago. He's going to be kicking from probably more like the 40. He's going to come just inside the 50-metre arc now, comes into it, so he's good 40-45. He puts it up. It's got a good leg on it. It's going to be short though. Up they go, up and down. It's marked in the pocket here. And I reckon that one there could be Cody Ellison, which it is.
Just out of it, Trev.
Very sharp angle, this one. Umpire set him up. He's telling the players he's got to stand off. So he's going to have to try and do the banana here, Kevy, inside. Steps out, drives around. He's done a top job of that one. Never looked in danger. Umpire indicates it perfect. So Cody Ellison.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Went through easy.
Yeah, it was beautiful kick from there. He just took that one step and never really looked like missing.
Umpire's got it now, throws it up in the centre. Up it goes, the ruckman go in, ball's on the ground. And that's I don't know, it's a terrible habit down here that the ruckman seem to have, of just pushing the ball on the ground all the time.
Yeah.
You're better off to try and get it to somebody.
No, they've got no rovers, I reckon.
Maybe they're right. That's better, they keep it up. Now the ball will bounce nicely. And McLaren now will get the ball out, taken, and Goolwa's got hold of it, and they've dropped it. Now they're just trying to get out. McLaren now.
Yeah, greasy ball.
The ball a little bit greasy, especially if the oval's just been cut. So
that's a good mark against greasy. The flow.
And the player with the ball then is number 23, Jai Abotroff. So out it goes a bit further out, and Ryan Kennelly's got it this time, and they're moving it down the far side of the ground. Might have even been a little bit of a throw then, but anyway, the play's allowed to go on. Over the back of the pack it goes.
Oh, that's a beautiful little flip up, wasn't it?
That was a
one-handed throw, and you got the free for head high.
He'd be lucky, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Four is Shane Robinson. And the other get the ball down this almost a centre half forward, and the player with the ball there is Logan Payne. And he's found his teammate further over they're getting further and further and further over the far side of the ground. Finally it lands in the hands of Ryan Kennelly. And there you go. And coming through now, the player then, he tried to grab hold of it. How did he get his head through that one, Trev?
It's like the Rodeo, just slipped the noose, didn't he?
It did. Anyway, the central umpire's going to throw it up again. Up it goes. McLaren get a knock backwards, and it's hanging right alongside that boundary line over the far side of the ground. And
it's a goal.
It's a goal.
Suck it off the ground, and don't ask me who it was, Kev.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Up they go. It goes out through there through a lorry, goes out onto it from McLaren's, and it gets wrapped up and be a ball up and the forward, free kick to Retigolo. So McLaren with the ball on the back flank there, goes out wide, goes out towards the forward flank for them. Up and down it goes, read out off hands by McLaren's, picks it all up, then he drops it, goes out, goes back into it again, goes over there. That one there then was Evans. He goes around, the umpire David Marks comes in and does a ball up in the centre here on the forward flank for McLaren's. Up they go, Laurie gets it out for him, goes straight over, picked up beautifully by Retigolo, puts it all up in the forward pocket, out and comes on the chest, body work going onto there, and comes around, and that gets on the chest there of Matthew Merritt. So just looking at this side from McLaren's Kevy, you'll see they've been a bit of a slump. We see the male medalist 3 times is out, so he's been out for a couple of weeks, must be bad or something. So, and there's quite
Maybe just rested him.
Quite a few changes. So Merritt comes in, moves over, the umpire indicates that he's missed that one. So Matthew Merritt misses. So FBA scoreboard, 1 goal, 2 to McLaren Districts, 2 straight goals to Goolwa Port Elliot.
And the ball will be brought back in now by Goolwa. Oh, he kicks it out near the boundary. Oh, the player out there, he should have had that, but he didn't. Dropped it. Oh, there's another one that should have had
too
it
high.
too.
Just slipped as the tackle come in. Can't help it, mate. No good arguing. His foot slipped.
He'll finish up going 15 metres closer to the goals if he keeps that up. And the mark has been taken now about 30 metres out by McLaren.
I reckon it's Matthew Merritt again.
Merritt now is going to have a shot. He should be able to get it from there. A little stab kick.
Oh,
he does.
guess what? He's hit the post, Kevy.
Well, they want to straighten up a few things if they're going to be in the...
No, kick him from the boundary. They're easy. Off they
Anyway,
come there.
there's a kick down the ground over the back of the pack there, and it's going to go out. Oh, no, it just touched inside the boundary line, and the ball now will be thrown in by the boundary umpire. See, that got fairly close, didn't it?
He's just going to check on the coming off the foot, but I reckon it was over the line when that went. So it should be a throw in.
Daniel Fry has got hold of it.
Yeah, trying to claim a easy one there, but not going to con him.
Anyway, that's a better throw in. Nice kick out of it down there then by Justin Watson, and the ball now's gone down the ground, and McLaren's got hold of it out there, and the umpire, I think here, will They give it to the boundary umpire, and he will throw it in. The boundary umpire is in, and he's getting plenty of practice out there at the moment to throw the ball in. Here's another chance for for Goolwa out there. And the ball's on the ground, and having a bit of trouble here. They seem to just follow us around. It's like a heap of fish in the sea, isn't it? They just keep following each other. There's no reason for it. And the ball now will be
free kick to Goolwa. I reckon he's paid it for deliberately out of bounds in the ruck duel. That's a new one.
23, is it?
Yep.
Goolwa, and that is
Bottroff.
Jai Bottroff.
Guess what he's done?
Yeah, he's put it over in the.
He never read the wind, did he? Saw his mate have a shot for goals and put it in that pocket, so he put it around the boundary line and just kept going out.
further. It's all boarded up over there, isn't it? What have they got going over there?
He's in the back pocket. The bloke's right on his mark. He's not giving him any room to move. So it comes back up the back flank. Up they go. Comes back down. Goolwa try to make out of it. He gets wrapped up. It's still on the forward flank for Goolwa on the clubroom side. Umpire Goody gets up, puts the ball up. Ruckman goes up, pushes it down. McLaren's get the ball out. Out they come now through the handball. Just got the hand to it as it went down, because otherwise it was a free. It's a free kick if it goes untouched, but the McLaren player just got the hand to the handball before it went on over the line. So boundary umpire comes in a long way, which they need to do, and they get it up. Hard job for the little fellas with a wet ball going, but that's good going. Up they go. Comes back down. Quickly picked up there by Goolwa in Logan Payne. Goes forward. Out comes McLaren's. Pushing the ball in front of him. Overruns it. Goes up. He taps it out there. Goes on the ground. Turns around. Wraps all up. And it still goes onto there. And it'll be a ball up by umpire Andrew Goody.
You can tell here that the McLaren players haven't played in this oval too often, have they?
Up they go. Laurie gets it, comes back down. Handball's over to Goolwa. Goolwa, short kick, just affected him. Comes out there. He can't pick it all up. Goes up. McLaren's can't pick it all up. He goes back to the pocket. Turns around, goes off onto there. Handball goes up and it turns around, and I reckon it's a free kick to McLaren's. I reckon they threw the McLaren player out, and so he gets the recipient of the kick. Goes off now, goes across the ground, too far, too high, goes out the back. Lucky he's got the back up through there in Billy Charler. Goes off, goes around quickly. Now McLaren's drive right up the forward line. He's getting hang on to there. He turned around, he nearly grabbed it all then, and he's screaming for the free kick. Goes over there. McLaren's, that one's high. Now we'll see another kick. Oh, and there goes the mouth. So up there, so getting here there is Max Gill. Max Gill directly in front, puts it up, umpire.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
It's still more up towards Adelaide end here at the
Oval.
Oval.
Off towards Adelaide, isn't it?
Yep, coming in over the seas, starting to break up a bit now, isn't it? So over to you, Kevy, back in the centre once again, and we've gone, nearly 23 minutes? 22?
23 and a half minutes. Umpire's about to throw it up in the centre. Up it goes. In goes the ruckmans. Ball's on the ground again. This is what's happening most of the time when the umpire throws the ball up, the ruckman come in, the ball goes straight down to the ground. See what happens with it this time. Up it goes again. Now they caught it before it got to the ground, and away they go, and that's Goolwa got hold of it out there. Player taking the mark out there for them, and down the ground it goes. And
good stretch.
They're going all right at the moment, the Goolwa Port Elliot team. Or Goolwa, I think what they call
Yeah, Goolwa Port Elliot. Yeah. Gives a mouthful to say now, don't we?
Yeah. But anyway, the player with the ball this time is Reece Slape. And I think he might be A little bit too far out, please.
No, he's probably 32.
Oh, no, he's marked it out the front, almost straight.
Umpire's happy.
And that is
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
15 points, so at this moment it's 3 points the difference, almost time on. Go a time out, I'd say. So up and down it goes, comes back in the centre. McLaren's trying to get it out through there in Charla. Charla goes off, handball comes, the umpire's picked it all up, player advantage, off they go, goes forward, over the back as McLaren's can't quite take it, picked up there, it's Merritt. Merritt goes back out, too far out, picks it all up around quickly to the player there, he goes off there, umpire nods his head, that one looks around to
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Play games that have been up, but they can't sustain it, and so they're not a very tall side, I can tell you. So
umpire's got it, throws it up in the centre, up it goes again, pushed down, it's gone down towards McLaren, they kick it further down the ground. Player there was probably grabbed hold of before he went to pick it up. There was a good hand pass, went straight to Goolwa. Another one went over to McLaren, and that is a point only this time to McLaren. So it's 3 goals for to McLaren, 3 straight goals to Goolwa.
Yeah, they might have put Matthew Merritt on the ball, who's kicked 3 straight points, and neither of them are that far out. So, okay, wet ball just sliding, but you would have thought he could have cleaned that one up. In they come, goes out onto here and comes over, and they finds a player here in Bottroff.
Like in Counter Bay last week, 15 points.
Yeah, I heard, saw that, and I thought if ever you lose a game, that's one way, isn't it? So it goes off here now. Bottroff for Goolwa puts the ball up onto the wing in front of the club rooms. Interference comes up there, and not advantage because it looks like go to McLaren's. Goes back over, comes back out to them now. On the wing, club room side, drives up, puts this ball up to the forward flank, bodywork going up and down it comes, picked up beautifully there by Ware. Ware goes, kicked, didn't make any inroads, it goes out, goes forward, over the top, comes out there. McLaren's picked up beautifully there by Goolwa, can't get out through it there in Watson. He turns around, handball goes off, come around there, he tries to kick it, couldn't get to it, McLaren's wrapped him all up, goes right still on the true wing in front of the club rooms for another ball up.
Sean Hand Bark.
So he
Bit
looks
of a
around.
mouthful, that one.
Yeah, up it goes. Can't get to it. Laurie tries to get up and down. McLaren's gets it. He gets wrapped up, put over there, right at the interchange gates there. And it will be a repeat by the central umpire once again. Play set. Can't be much time now.
27 minutes
27 gone, yeah. So you're looking at 6 goals though. So the ball gets forced out over the boundary line. So it'll be an effort here by the boundary umpire this time. Still on the same spot. It's been there for a couple of minutes now. So he goes up. He puts the ball up. Up they go. Over the top it goes. Comes back down. Ball stays around. There goes the siren, folks. So quarter time here at the Goolwa Oval. We have the home side Goolwa on 3 straight goals to the top side McLaren, the visitors, on 3 goals 4. So we turn around. We've chased out onto there. So we'll go and try and round up scores around the ground. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round, on air and YouTube.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field. Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding. Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
McLaren Districts. Let's get some more scores too around the grounds. Back to Trevor and Kev.
Thanks for that, Ian. Yeah, we're still trying to get out a few scores in here, folks, so we don't have them all. At this moment, we have Myponga Selix 0-2. That's 2 points. Langhorne Creek 1-1. So that's quarter time. That is very low, and that's over at Myponga. So Victor Harbour 3-2, Yankalilla 1 goal. And of course here we have McLaren Districts 3-4 to Goolwa Port Elliot 3 goals. And at this stage there's no scores from the Mount Compass Encounter Bay. And the Strathalbyn one at this stage is still going on, but we have Wollonga 3 goals 4 to Strathalbyn 1 goal 2, but it's still showing that they're in the first quarter. So at this stage Wollonga are leading Strath, so going up onto there. So back here, it's considering this is the top side playing the bottom side, it's actually effort, quite good. It's a good effort by Goolwa. Like I said, they have put some games together, and 4 quarters is probably going to be their struggle. But as we know, McLaren Districts are also struggling to what they've done. They've gone down 3 games, I think now, isn't it? McLaren's lost 3.
McLaren have lost 2 or 3.
Yeah, I reckon it's 3. I reckon so, because they're only now 1 game clear of the on top spot. So Myponga's sitting up there, and and the Creeks are going to be really battling away to try and get themselves into that 5th spot. So Compass will be the one that'll be sticking out onto there. So it'll be very interesting. So the scores at the moment now, we have Strathalbyn, we have Wollonga 3 goals 4 to Strathalbyn 1 goal 2. And Encounter Bay, at this stage we have quarter time, we have Mount Compass 3 goals 1 to Encounter Bay. I think it was 1 goal 1. So they're still tight games, there's obviously around into it.
Yeah, no one's really getting them away, but
no, the wet conditions, slippery balls will be around everywhere. So we are ready to roll here for the second quarter at the Goolwa Oval. Umpire Goody with the ball throws it in the air. Up she goes. Laurie for McLaren's gets it all out. Turn around, out they come. Picks up through there in Billy Charler. He goes off, puts the ball up for McLaren's forward lines. Up over the back, can't get to it. Ware gets it for McLaren's. Handball's out over there to McKay. McKay goes off forward. Handball goes up. 2 of them run over it. Turn around, picked it all up. He turns around, gets it there, touched. That one there was off of Daniel Maher's boot. Just turned around, I reckon it might have flicked the players, went past. So minor score to McLaren, the FBA scoreboard. They go to 3 goals 5 to Goolwa Port Elliot, 3 straight goals.
ball will be brought back in by the Goolwa Port Elliot team. Looks like they've dropped the Port Elliot off of it, haven't they? They haven't, I don't know.
No, it's still up there.
See what happens. Anyway, the ball now is on the wing on the far side of the ground. And the umpire's got hold of it and he's going to throw it up. Up it goes. The shorter player of the two went up for the ruck there. And he was well and truly beaten by a much taller opponent. So, up it goes again. Here's a chance for Goolwa Port Elliot. Down the ground it goes. And the mark,
could have paid that in the conditions.
He could just about paid.
Yeah, he had 3 grabs, didn't
it? Yeah, and he controlled it pretty well each time. And not going to get much from the umpires at this one by the look of it. Make him earn it, Trev.
Yes, yeah, conditions you can be a little bit fairer, can't you? So up they going down, pushes around on that flank, playing aerial ping pongs at the moment. Turns around, the player gets wrapped up, and umpire Marks comes in to throw it up over true wing, right by the scoreboard over there. Another electronic one, like most of them are getting nowadays. Up it goes, handballs out quickly through there to Goolwa there, and Daniel Fry goes off, comes back down. McLaren's trying to pick it up. He picks it up, puts it under his wing like a mother hen, and he turns around. The umpire comes in and says, well, I'll throw it up.
Well, that's what they should say, holding the ball.
Yeah, fair enough, when you pick them up and just hang on to it. So, it goes up now, up and down they go. The ball's stout in the ground, tries to come out. Redagolo tries to pick it up. He's being chicken wing tackled, but turns around, gets up, goes back down, going nowhere on the stacks. This is when you can throw it up, and the umpire comes in once again for a ball up. So up she goes, into it, sorts the ruckmans out. Out they go, push and shove, jumper grabs onto it. There he goes, saw the jumper grab and says, no, you can't grab the player. You shepherd, push around, do all you like. So Laurie handballs off, goes around quickly to McLaren's, goes out wide and he kicks it and burns it. Turns around, goes straight down the arms there of Kennelly. Kennelly goes off, finds his player out there in Bottroff. Bottroff handball goes back off, comes back around there to Smart. He gets caught and probably go for, no, it's 27 there, sorry. So, can't be 27, so don't have one. So anyway, goes back to McLaren's now on the back flank. He comes off, comes inside, finds his player out here in Jackson Daniels. Daniels goes, misses his player, but gets Redagolo. Redagolo gets met late. Up they go, that was high. No free kick. Off he goes if he has though, so he turns around, gets the kick, kicks it all up right to the boundary line and kicks it out on the full. Thank you very much. That was
the fence.
That was an absolute waste there by Harrison Evans. And he turns around and burnt that ball after doing all the hard work. So Goolwa now with the ball in the back pocket there, turns around, comes off, drives this ball in up towards the clubroom side, up and down it goes. Laurie can't get to it, handball goes out, Redagolo gets it, comes back out to Billy Charler. He puts it all out, goes back out, Charler goes back in again. Over the head he goes into it, barges through, goes out, gets the ball out, goes around quickly. Handball goes over, Ma pushes the ball out, turns around, goes around to Ware. Ware can't get away with it, gets the handball out, and there's hot pressure here from Goolwa as it goes around. The umpire comes in for a ball up in that forward pocket. Sets it all up once again. Laurie gets himself set up, goes over, comes out, overruns it there. Goolwa picks the ball up, handballs back out, goes straight around up and down in the area there of Wilton. Wilton goes off, kick there goes by McLaren, either on the full or he's turned around and he got a kick, but it could have been pretty close to the boundary. Boundary umpire's there, and it's a relieving kick there to Goolwa in the back pocket. Still on the clubroom side as he goes back, looking inside, but there's not much movement there, so he'll come clubroom side, drives it up they go, the back flank, up and down it goes. Laurie gets his fist to it, comes back up to Goolwa. They put it all out, goes out short, goes over the back, bounces over, picked up, Goolwa's gone. Oh, he dropped him, he's gone now, and that was a throw. Finally, when he got rid of it, threw it out and it comes out there. So Goolwa, McLaren's now with the ball, out it goes. Redagolo tries to get it, comes out onto there. Goolwa slides across the line right in front of the interchange here, and it'll be a boundary throw in on the clubroom side, true wing position. Goes out. Goolwa play in the hands of the trainers, slid down to that last one, goes up, backhanded, comes out to McLaren, so they turn around, picked it all up, goes around here quickly there to Moyle. Moyle goes out, finds this player out wider still in Fennerty. Fennerty goes off, finds his player in Charla. Charla tries to break away, gets the handball away, goes inside, picks up Ware, looks for the lead, too short, into the pocket, goes out onto there. Running onto it there is McLaren's. They go back in. Handball backs over, turns around, got to it with his boot just in time in the air. There was Max.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough. You want it to look good. You want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
Yep. So 1 goal 5 the difference here. So give Goolwa Port Elliot their wraps up. They're making a game of it.
Yep.
Up they go, Kevy.
Yeah, and Goolwa player had it for a millisecond there, and the umpire comes and says, this is going to end like this, so I'm going to throw the ball up, which is what he did. Anyway, the ball's in the centre, out there now. Down they go that far side of the ground, and the player now is running down there, and he's had a long shot into the goals again. And just see who that one was.
Yeah, Matthew Merritt.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
10 or 12 the way they're going.
In this weather condition, that's a lot too.
Anyway, the umpire throws it up again in the centre. Up he goes. The Goolwa player went up, put his foot out, and you're not allowed to do that, so he decides to play on quickly, puts the ball down here, and here's a chance. There's 3 players there from McLaren. They're all standing around watching each other, and the ball now will go right in the other side of the goals, and Goolwa now
Lucas Hughes, that one
marks
is.
the ball, and this will go. I don't know whether it was touched before it went over the line or not.
Big fist, Kevy.
Was it?
Yeah, big fist away from the spoil and straight over the boundary line.
Over the boundary line, and the little fella now has got the ball to throw it back in. And he comes. It's the ball in. It's not a bad throw in. They'll be getting a bit tired out there. There's only one boundary umpire each side out there today. And Goolwa now, they've got the ball going down the ground. They need a good bounce to do it. And out they go. And coming across here, that was Fry, I reckon. They had a good chance to mark that. There's plenty of Goolwa players out there. And they look like McLaren now are going to get away with this. They will get the ball back out there, and it goes over the top of the pack, and McLaren now back it up.
Oh, stumbled in his feet. Got him
He
caught
did a
up.
backward somersault. Doesn't matter though. He had back up behind him coming in there, and this is more like the McLaren side you'd expect here today.
Holding the ball.
And that's holding the ball. I didn't mean by holding the ball against them. They looked like they were on their way out then.
It was a beautiful sidestep, but unfortunately he ran into the player coming from Goolwa into him, so he just, it's like a mousetrap, bang! Off he goes, Goolwa now, with attacking coming out. Defensive side, come out the back flank, gets told to be played on, puts pressure, he goes backwards, finds his player out there. I reckon that could be Aidan Gain was, turn around, goes over, and he finds his player in the centre half back.
Logan Payne.
Goes up, goes over, turns around, flicked up and down, gets trapped and could get a free kick for being hang on to, which is there, and it goes over to Goolwa. Turns around, looks around, gets off, short kick again, goes up, finds his player up there in Ryan Carnelli. Carnelli now drives the ball, goes right forward, up the forward pocket, up and down McLaren's goes, comes off hand, goes around quickly to Goolwa, goes over there. Lucky kick, finds the chest there of Bailey Payne.
That was more luck than good judgment,
yes.
I think.
Yep, spun around, kicked across his body, and it was a mongrel kick.
And there was someone standing there.
Yep, and Payne dropped to his knees and prayed that he would get it, and it did. So he winds up now. They could really do with this one. Drives off, puts it all in. It looks pretty good. Umpire indicates it is. He's happy with it. So number 30.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
It's calm, there's one thing about it. Normally
no rain.
You get pretty good winds on it, but yeah.
He's going to throw the ball up now and send a circle out there. Up goes the ball, out it goes, and here's a chance for McLaren now just to take a couple of steps towards goal, and they will get the ball coming in there. And has it gone through the goals?
Yep, umpire looks, he's indicated he's happy with it, and that one there.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
6-5, so ball is on its way back here again.
Well, it's been a few goals. There's been 10 goals kicked in the game so far.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, it's been open running and moving. It's just greasy ball making it a bit slippery, but up she goes. Ruckman go up. Nobody really gets it. Comes out there. McLaren's try to get it all out. Goolwa try to wrap it all up, and they will. And it'll be just outside the centre circle for a repeat by umpire Marks. Up it goes. Goes back out. McLaren's picked it all up. Then there was a high over the top there. He turned around and he let him get away with that. And then the player says, "Well, look at this. He's picking me pocket and me shirt." So up it goes. Ruckman go up, wrestle each other, goes over, comes out quickly, goes over to there, turn around in the back, goes out, back into it. Goolwa trying to hold this up, and they will. Be centre half forward, and it gets wrapped up, and the umpire has to come back in once again. So gets up now, centre half forward now for McLaren's. Up it goes. Laurie gets it out for him, puts it all over, goes straight in the hands there of Ryan Smart. He can't do anything with it, and the umpire will come in for another ball up, this time Andrew Goody. So he waits for him, goes up, still in the forward lines for McLaren's, goes out, handball comes out there by Ware, kicked forward by McLaren's, body player goes up, over the back again goes, and it's turned around, touched onto there by number 42, Cody Ellison. So another minor score to
it could have just about
McLaren's.
Been afraid of the opposition.
Goes to 6 goals, 6 to 4 goals on the FPA scoreboard.
And the kick in now, Goolwa got hold of it, back it goes again, and it's down there to number 28 in Luke Oliver. Got it, and he's kicked the ball out of bounds. Touched across the line, and the little fellow will throw the ball in. Yeah, they got the idea of this now, all right, these boundary umpires.
Yep.
Come in a little bit, you don't want to go in too far, but there it goes. And at least the ruckman got the chance to knock the ball down then, but Yeah, well, that was a big, long kick down there by...
Ooh, got to be careful with that one. Yeah. You could just pick it and see it. Handball's off quickly. Goes around here to Moyle. He should have had a go, but goes straight over the chest there of the McLaren's player there, and Cody Ellison. Umpire says, you got this one.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
As we said, there's a lot of goals being kicked in this game. It's 11 already, and we've still got another 10 minutes or so to play in this second quarter. Ball goes down now, going down to...
Well, we can't bend over, can he?
Couldn't bend over. He tried to bend over and nearly fell over. I bent it over too far. And the ball now is over that far side of the ground and it's out of bounds.
It's nearly 17 minutes gone, the second quarter, Kev.
Well, there's a bit of time to go. You'd be probably 10 to go. Boundary umpire. That's a good throw in there by the boundary umpire. Over the back of the pack it goes. Here's a chance for Goolwa. They're falling over their own feet at the moment. And down there it went to Logan Payne.
Free kick.
And
hanging on. There's that height difference and they're just a panic.
Yeah.
The player Ellison, then he just held the body out, but the player Goolwa player grabbed him and the ball was still bouncing in front of him. So umpire right on the mark and picks him up. And he comes, puts the ball up. Umpire's not moving much. He looks happy. The big net stops the ball. He indicates it. There's another one to Cody.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Some interesting scores coming up, Kevy. They're starting to get them all back on track again.
Yeah,
So
are they? Well, they need to. Be a lot of interest in some of these games today. And the ball now is kicked across the ground. Should be picked up out here. It is picked up there by the little fella there from McLaren, and that was. I'm not too sure who it was. Then that had that, and the ball now is in the forward pocket down there, and there's another shot at goal by McLaren, and that is a minor score only, so it's now 8 goals, 8 to McLaren to 4 straight goals by Goolwa Port Elliot.
So they chase the ball out in that new court out there. He wants to be going. It looks pretty firm, really. He's running on top of it. No big splashes coming up, so perhaps has been down long enough to get packed in, but he's got to go through all the gates and all the fences there to get back in, and then he has to lift the net up to get back in too. So a real mousetrap for him there. So anyway, now he's got the ball, comes back inside, goes out the other side of the oval. Over the top it goes, picked out there by Goolwa. He gets picked up, he gets wrapped up by 2, and the umpire has to come in for a ball up. Just outside the 50 metre, McLaren's end. Up it goes, far side of the oval though. Laurie goes up, puts it back in, comes straight in the hands then of Ma. He can't get away. The umpire will come in once again to repeat it. So back up it goes. Turn around, goes up, body out the back, it goes there by Laurie, puts down, McLaren's trying to push it out, pushes the ball out, comes straight over, hand by Jackson Daniels, goes over his teammate, goes out, off it goes onto there, quickly picked up there by Ma back turns, goes around, misses his target, goes back out there to Daniels, handball goes over and finds his player in Vanderloo goes forward, up and down, comes out, picks up there in the chest there of Harrison Evans. He goes over, goes up there, and a good defensive mark there to Goolwa Port Elliot there in Caden Wilton. Wilton goes out, goes over the boundary line. She goes over the boundary line, back flank for a boundary throw-in. Clubroom side this time, so still in McLaren's attacking zone. Umpire comes in, boundary umpire comes in. Sets himself, puts it up they go. Laurie gets it out, comes over, Ware can't get it, picked up there by McLaren kicks forward, that goes too far, untouched, back pocket, free kick to Goolwa Port Elliot. That goes over there to Luke Oliver. He turns around, doesn't know where to go, so he goes across the face of goal, finds his player out there in Carnelli goes out, finds his player there in Robinson comes back, he goes back again, finds Carnelli, and he is under deep pressure. Turns around, has to come back, give him room to kick, kicks all off, comes short, goes over to McLaren's can't pick it up, he slipped, goes up quickly there, Ware picks it up, goes over, handballs to the Goolwa player, he drops it, turns around, goes up, and this will be stacks here, and the umpire will have to come in the forward pocket for a throw up. Forward pocket, slightly on the clubroom side. Up she goes, turns around, smashed out there by Goolwa, hits her on the run, comes out quickly, handball goes over, puts it all over, finds his player there in Moyle. Moyle goes out, up and down, and that's a good strong mark there by Ware. Elijah Ware for McLaren's. Lines himself up as he comes back. It's not very far out. It's got an angle. Lines himself up. He already has one in the first. Comes up, probably a 45-degree angle. Comes up, drops this ball, hangs it all up. Umpire looks pretty happy. He's not moving too far. Comes back in, indicates a goal.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Yes, it's one of these things when you're down the bottom and you haven't won too many games for the year. You find it hard if you get a couple of goals, well, not so much up, but a couple of goals on the board early. It's hard to maintain that.
Certainly is. Up and down it went into there. The ball finishes up in the McLaren's line once again on the 50-metre arc, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in over the far side. Yeah, like I said, they got off early, was getting some good runs, got a few injuries, but there's no real depth, and that really makes a difference to any clubs as they go. As even McLaren's are starting to find a little bit. So up and down it goes, comes out, still battling away in the forward lines for McLaren Districts, and it goes up, and they get another ball up here on the forward flank. Looks like a Goolwa player got one across the eye there, but he's all right. Up they go, up and down, comes back up. McLaren's gets it, handballs out wide, goes over quickly, kicks forward, and bang, there's on the chest a player coming out. He turns around and picks up there, and this one is Tom Fennedy.
Yes, it's just a matter of kicking it down there and who marks it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you look at the Goolwa line now, they're all pushed more and more into the defensive side, so yeah, comes up, he goes up, Fennedy comes in, he looks alright, his player gives him a clap there, the umpires give him two.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Pretty hard to be pegging back, isn't it?
Anyway, the umpire throws it up again in the centre. Up it goes. Ball's pushed down on the ground. And so this happens most times. And they've done the thing at last, which they had to do. The player just got it, laid on top of it. Free kick against him. Got to do a little bit more than that. And he probably gave away a penalty also because he looked like he ran well over the mark. And the ball now.
Oh, he's late whistle on that. Might have been too high because I didn't think he marked it, but he's given it to him for some reason.
He probably thought he might.
Yeah, might have got a infringement at the end. I couldn't quite see.
Anyway, player's got a shot 42 down there. He's got a shot at goal, and that one has gone straight through the middle. And that is Cody Ellison, and that is goal number 4.
Umpires wait for the all clear. The umpire.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Have to sit in and listen in on this one. But, no, I'll
you
go
might learn
out.
something.
Oh yeah, no, too much. So we're back in the centre. We'll wait up they go. Turn around, ball goes up and down. Goolwa try to get it all out. Finally gets it out. Handball out through there in Bottroff. Goes out up in the forward flank for them now. It turns around, goes out onto the wing there position, and it gets wrapped up. And umpire Marks comes in for a ball up just outside the centre square. Up she goes, far on the other side of the ground. Laurie goes up, comes straight into the arms there of Payne though. So he turns around, goes up, kick gets smothered as it tries to come out, goes onto it, jumping onto his McLarens, comes straight over there into Jackson Daniels. Jackson Daniel goes out, and here it goes straight onto the chest there of Stummer Harvey. He goes off. McLarens can't wrap it up. He hangs on, turns around, throws the player down, and Robinson will get up for a free kick for Goolwa in the back flank. Short kick goes forward, finds his player out there, and that one there is Logan Payne. Payne goes out wider, finds his player out wider onto there on the back flank. Now he comes inside, goes all out there, finds his teammate there in Justin Watson. Watson drives this ball out the wing side, goes out and finds his player in Carnelli. Ryan Carnelli. Still on that, only the central wing though. He goes off, finds the player, handballs off, went to Smart. Smart went back to Canelli. Canelli goes off, goes to forward lines. McLaren opens it all up, steps around quickly there in Max Gill. Gill goes forward, over the top it goes, turns around, picks all up, goes right up in the forward pocket. Could be out of bounds, didn't it? Robinson gets it for Goolwa, drives off, puts the ball up, too low down, comes off the feet of the player down there. She goes over the boundary line for a throw in on the 50-metre arc on the far side of the oval. Sets themselves. McLaren's still into the attack here. We're heading towards, is that 29 there up, is it? So
yeah, it's got to be 29, I think.
Yeah, so he goes around quickly. Handball goes over, comes around to 45 for McLaren's. Up and down it goes. Comes back out, hits the ground there, goes off onto there, and they turn around and find up, wrapped up onto there, and it finishes up as a ball up. Still in that back pocket far side though. Up she goes. Laurie tries to whap it out, goes over, quickly picked up there by McLaren's, goes off, bounces across in front of goals, picked up there by McLaren's in Todd McKay. Umpire into...
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Don't worry, I think it's only the kids, so won't worry about that. But yeah, so we're certainly getting a long quarter this one. If we goes in there, umpire marks with it, goes back up, goes back down, turns around, picks it all up, goes out wide. McLaren's get the ball right as he kicked. He turned around, goes off and onto there, and it's umpires picked it for too late, and it's paid as an FAD. I thought that was right on the motion of kicking. I didn't think it deserved the penalty, but anyway, he did mark it, so there's no advantage under there. So Cody Ellison will now line up. He's kicked himself 4, and he'll finish up here going for his 5th. Drives in, right foot, puts it all up, goal umpire moves back, he looks happy once again. There's another goal now, so Cody Ellison gets his 5th.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
Early start we had is just about getting gobbled up now, isn't it? Up you go, Kevy.
Yeah, well, we don't
there
have
it
to go
goes.
anywhere.
Listen to that. So we can finish up here. So half time here on our FBAG scoreboard. We have the visitors McLaren Districts 13 goals 7 to Goolwa Port Elliot, the home side 4 straight goals. So we will get ready for our half time hub here now, folks. As we turn around, I'll get the results while the half-time hub's going on. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round, on air and YouTube.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fluorio. They're in your field.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
Welcome to our halftime hub today, and our guest today is Tony Eden. I know you probably don't hear much from him, but we hear a fair bit from him today.
I'm the man behind the...
He's the man behind the scenes.
And,
man.
The first time in front, so yes, it's an interesting scenario.
The first time you've been in front, Tony. Good to see.
That's right.
Anyway, Tony, probably football hasn't been your game all the way along, has it? Or you're a bit of a cricketer as well.
Well, I've continued on playing cricket, mainly because it suits me. But yeah, I started playing football and cricket at the ripe old age of 9, I suppose. Mainly because I wanted to get out of doing housework. So if I followed my big brother to what he was doing, I got out of doing housework.
You got out of doing housework? Why were you doing housework?
Oh, I lived in a hobby farm, and there's always cows to milk, calves to look after, garden to weed, and people might not think this, but I had to only clean out the toilet and things like that. So yeah, this was before.
You got brought up the hard way.
I got brought up the hard way. Yeah, there was no running water or sewerage or anything in those days. It was a long drop bucket and God knows what else.
Where were you at
Wollonga? Just out of Wollonga. We was in the countryside, a little hobby farm outside of Wollonga is where I grew up. Yeah.
So I knew you from Telstra.
Yeah, well, I think I first met you, it would have been in the early 80s or something, because you was based in Yankalilla, and I think I went over there one day for the first time because I think Darryl was away and you needed some help or something, so I went over and introduced myself and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But wasn't long after that you transferred back to Victor Harbour.
I was not back there, I was never there.
Well, you never left the town, but you was commuting backwards and forwards. You was working there in Yankalilla.
Yeah, no, it was interesting, but I mean, whoever thought that I'd have been involved with football and you'd have been involved with cricket and a radio station.
And a radio station. Well, I fell into that because my partner, I sort of tried to impress my partner at the time. I subsequently married her, so I obviously impressed her enough, I guess. Because she was doing the Saturday night show, and in those days the radio station, if people might know, was in the middle of Ocean Street there. I think a lolly shop's there now.
A lolly shop there now.
Yeah.
But it was a dentist.
It was a dentist before that, of course, a lolly shop now. But of course, everyone remember it was halfway between the two hotels, and she was doing a Saturday night show. By the time she left, some of the sights that was parading up and down the street was a little bit. So I thought I'd impress her and sort of answer the phone and protect her and walk her out to her car afterwards. She must have impressed her. She must have impressed her somewhere on the line. Anyway, she put up with me in the end. So and we're still together. So that was good.
Anyway, you're still together, and well, Tony, that's the way things go, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It is. I mean, people talk about football. I played for Wollonga. Obviously, I played. Would have been 150 games, I think, in total for Wollonga.
What's that, senior games?
No, in total, including the juniors. I started at 9. I did play about 30 would have been about 30 plus senior games. I would have been 70, 72 and 73 in the A grade for Wollonga, but mind you, Wollonga in those days was, anyone could have got a game in the A grade.
They weren't the threat they are now, were they?
I was an average to slightly better than average footballer, and in most games now I'd be lucky to make their B grade, but in those days, I was almost the average height of the rest of the team, so I'm only 5'8", so it was an interesting time back in those days. In the end, as I got old, as a younger person, I was better at football than cricket, but as I got older, I got better at cricket than football. So, so it worked.
And you also didn't get hurt as much.
No, I didn't get hurt as much. One could argue that at my age, I still got ankles, knees, and hips or something as a result of. I was only 21 when I stopped playing football. So, it was a case of financial. I went down to Mount Gambier and I fronted up for the club down there was called West Gambier, which was actually run by Telstra. Or I should say in those days it was PMG still in those days. It was run by the PMG. So as I rolled up, I had no hope but to play. But anyway, I did play one B grade game, and I had to go down to Portland, and
that's across the border.
That's across the border. That took me an hour and a half to get there, and when I fronted up, I had to pay to get into the ground, and before I could play, I had to really fork out for an insurance policy as well, And here's me, a young trainee with a wife and kid on the way, and I couldn't afford it in the end, so that was the end of my illustrious football career, but as such as it was. Anyway,
so we won't make a book of
that.
Don't
make a book out of that one, no. My name doesn't go down on an illustrious list, that's for sure. So,
but I see Steve over there with a smile on his face.
I've been very average all my life, but it's got me by, I suppose.
Have you had fun doing it then?
I did. I still enjoy it. I do love football, I really do. But as a spectator these days, my father was a very good spectator. He never played sport. He was a little short, dumpy, little unfit sort of guy. He was a very good spectator, and I think I followed up on him on that regard. So,
Oh no, okay. So
But as far as the radio station, like I said, I do a lot of behind the scenes work. I'm the sort of the bloke behind the scenes that everyone seems to ring at all hours of the night, day, and in between. Someone has to do it.
Well, they've got to get someone to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
And you seem to answer the phone.
Well, I'll answer the phone and I'll actually get out of bed and go there. So I'm the silly mug for doing it, I suppose. I'm very lucky that my wife, being involved with the radio station, at least is sympathetic and understands. Even though she may say, "Well, what are you going down there?" Well, I mean, if I don't, anyway.
Now, Tony, when you were working for Telstra.
Oh, right, yes, okay.
You're always getting there late, weren't you?
Yeah.
And now you do 6 o'clock shifts.
Yeah. I first admit I'm not an early morning person, that's for sure. So, well, the alarm goes off and I grumble and get there at 6 o'clock. So yeah, anyway, I'm one of those guys that just got there on time. Actually, didn't mind. I used to ride my push bike, and if you remember that, I used to ride my push bike. That was my fitness exercise. I used to hop on the bike, put my stopwatch on, and said I had to get to work within a certain time. So I was trying to keep fit. It was, yeah.
Yeah, but you were downhill in there.
When I ended up down in Riverside Estate, if you remember where that is, every morning, just about 9 times out of 10, there was always a southerly blowing, as it always is in Victor Harbour, so I was always riding into a headwind. And heading home, well, it was a coasting wind all the way. I just blew me
It was easy, just have to put your feet on the pedal, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, look, it's an interesting time. I enjoyed the time in work. Well, I would say until the latter parts when the whole industry has changed, and yet I don't need to describe it to you and how the industry has totally changed to what it was.
Well, I mean, you were in the telephone exchange.
I was mainly inside
at Victor Harbour.
Yep.
And how many people working in there then?
Well,
half of them.
When I started, if you remember, there was 17 of us guys.
17, yeah.
And when they gave me a golden handshake and said, "Tony, we don't need you anymore," I was the last one. So they didn't need technicians anymore. I mean, the argument is that telephone exchange or a computer, so it's like if your TV at home goes crook, you don't have a permanent TV repairman sitting in your house. You just ring him up when it goes crook. So that's how they are now. So they don't need me. So in the end, it was the best thing I ever did. Yes, for sure. It's kept me busy. The only thing is I had more time to do things when I was working than I am now as a retiree, and I don't need to explain that to you anymore.
Finding the same problem.
Yeah, there's not enough time and not enough hours in the day to try and get work done. But anyway, it keeps me busy. If I stop using this, I always figure that I'll possibly age a lot bloody quicker, I suppose.
Quicker, you reckon?
Yeah, I could. I got to keep, up there for thinking and down there for dancing or something. So that's how I like to think of it for sure.
Anyway, Tony, they're about to come back on
I
the
think so.
on the ground.
We're getting the wind up
and you've got a job to do. So
I've got a job to do.
You better go and do it. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to have a word with us today, because a lot of people know you as Tony Eden, and that's about it. They don't know what you've done or.
Well, that's right. Maybe people might recognise me in the street. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for that, Kevin. Thank you for the time.
Anyway, thanks, Tony, and thanks to Steve for coming down off the roof.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field. Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthernsecurity.com.au.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give Prostock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North.
Now to Goolwa Oval, Kevin Curran and Trevor Pryor.
Thank you very much, Ian. The umpires hold it here, so perfect timing, folks. Third quarter here at the Goolwa Oval. It's got dull again out here, but up it goes. Ball goes up in the middle, comes back down. Clash of bodies going on. Goolwa need to put something together around here as he makes a very tentative effort, and it goes on, and it'll be a ball up once again by umpire David Marks. Up she goes. Turns around, picks up handball, goes back out. McLaren's now into attack, up and down. Good defensive mark there to Ryan Carnelli. Playing a good game for Goolwa. Up it down goes, picked up beautifully out there by McLaren's. Handballs goes out wide through there, through Bollenhagen. Goes out, goes forward and finds the chest there of their player there in Max Gill. Gill goes forward now to forward lines, over, hanging on to there, goes out over the back, comes over there, picks it all up, goes straight around there. Umpire steps back in, McLaren.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Lunga 5-6, Strathalbyn 3-5, Victor Harbour 9-5 to Yankalilla 4-1. So it looks like the 5 could be decided by this time. It keeps going the way it is.
And Goolwa almost clear the ball out of the centre knock then, but looks like they've had to bypass too many players out there at the moment to get the ball down their end of the thing, and the ball is kicked across the ground and over the boundary line, and I think it was touched before it went out. So the little fella's got the ball now to throw it back in again. Good throw in again, pushed down, and we pushed it straight to the Goolwa player. He couldn't have done that better if they tried for them from the ruckman. And Goolwa player runs around there and has a shot, and he's missed. A bit like in Counter Bay last week, missing shots that probably could have got. So that is now 4 goals 1. That's their first behind for the day to Goolwa, and 14 goals 7 to McLaren.
McLaren's quickly brought that ball back in, goes off, comes right up now, up almost onto the wing position, far side of the ground, comes up. McLaren's now stepped back inside, hand goes over there to McKay. McKay goes back, gets it again, handballs, misses his player by a mile, goes off under there and goes over there, comes off of the foot, and it goes over the boundary line for a almost... It sort of slid off the boot, and he's trying to claim it. The boundary umpire hadn't. They decided it's a ball in, and he turns around, so it'll be a throw in over there on the forward flank for McLaren's. Sorry, and the Goolwa in this one is now, so it goes up right on the 50-metre arc, goes up and down, comes down, goes back down. Good body work by McLaren's. Now they kick forward, going up towards the wing. There was one up and down. It's going to be a late bump, and it goes a recipient FAD. So up the ground it goes out to McLaren's. Short kick goes in right in front of 2, and it gets to Redigolo for McLaren's. turns round, looks not quite sure, steps back inside, goes back in, finds his player there, and that one there is a Vanderloo. Vanderloo goes right out the other side, finds his player, comes all out there, up, this one's under pressure, over the top it goes. Goolwa should have the run on this, picks it all up, then he quickly kicks, goes off, intercepted though, goes around to Bollenhagen. Bollenhagen goes out, finds a Redigolo. Redigolo goes around quickly over there to Moyle. Moyle goes out wide, finds his player running out in the forward pocket in Max Gill. Gill drives this ball now up to full forward, up over the top it goes, comes over the back. McLaren's got the run onto here, turns around, picks all up, sticks him inside, handballs back, quickly goes over to his player. He has a shot, umpire doesn't move much. That one goes to Justin Bollenhagen. It says touched, so it's a minor score only, and it goes through for 15-7 to McLaren Districts on the FPA scoreboard. Goolwa Port Elliot 4 goals 1.
And Goolwa bring the ball back in again. Kick over the grandstand side. It's a good bump at the right time then, and the ball is marked by Reese Slope.
Yeah, now they've burned it.
They've burned it now, and back it comes again, and this will be McLaren about to have another shot at goal, you would think, after this ball is kicked into the forward line. Just kicked into the forward line, the ball's on the ground there though, but everyone's... I don't know what happened then. They all said on the ball, all said on the ball, and then in the end they said, yeah, okay, so they called play on. And there's a minor score then to McLaren again, so they go to 14-10 or 14-9 now.
So the ball's quickly brought out and finds the arms there of Bottroff. So Bottroff, back pocket, drives off, goes up clubroom side, up they go, over the top, off hands, and it goes over the boundary line, right in front of the grandstand here on the clubroom side. The boundary umpire sets himself up. You've got 2 young lads on this side, and the poor fella on the other side's all by himself. So up they go, turns around, goes out, comes back down, handball goes over, comes out quickly, another series of handball goes out to Moyle. Moyle turns around, gets it over, goes off into the forward lines, handball over the top, picked up quickly, just gets his kick away there, enough to put him off through there. Goes for a minor score. That was off the boot of Gill. He's kicked 2 goals 1 so far, so 14 goals 10 to McLaren Districts, 4 goals 1 to Goolwa Port Elliot and the FPA scoreboard. Comes back in, drives in, and he's kicked it straight onto the knees there of going down to McLaren's player. And Cody Ellison is lining up. The full back kicked it out, and there was only one player, and he dropped down on his knees and grabbed it on his hip area, and he's lining up now for his 6th. Comes in, drives this ball, looks pretty good off the boot. Umpire's not moving at all. He comes back in and signals a goal.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Creek 1-1, Strath 3-5, Wollonga 5-6, Victor Harbour 9-5, Yank 4-1.
And yes, so that's anyway from the throw up now. The ball's heading back towards the goal end down here with McLaren. And if the ball bounces right here, they'll keep the ball in. They do. There's 2 of them standing there. They could have pleased themselves, but they let it go to the bloke that's kicked a lot of goals so far.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit grade7security.com.au.
3 games they've lost, so, and not against, real high fields, so yeah. Back in the centre it goes, up and down, off they go once again, goes right up in the forward pocket, comes out here, goes over, Goolwa try to get to it, they get to it, can't get to it, and it goes off there, and I reckon it could be a free kick to McLaren's. I reckon he kicked it or he handballed it, and he went over untouched, and they get the recipient of the free kick. He's in that forward pocket, turns around, rolls up. Can't quite pick up who that one is at the moment. So yeah, he rolls up, gets close, up and under. It's not going to get into the goals, over the back, almost up there. Picks all up, the whistle's gone, and there's an advantage to Goolwa. So off he goes, you can't bounce on the wet over. Then he gets hit too high, and he gets away with that one. Lucky. So goes back now then. They go back into there. That one there is Bottroff. Bottroff goes back, goes over there, gets Robinson in the back pocket. Robinson goes, finds his player quickly there in Pope. Jordan Pope goes over, comes up the back flank now, goes over. Overrunning it there was Reece Slape. He turns around, he gets wrapped up on the on the wing, and it'll be a throw up by the umpire, Goody. So up she goes on that wing, over the back it goes. McLaren's get the ball out, goes over quickly again over there to Moyle. Moyle goes off, back inside, they're trying to get away with it, comes around quickly here. McLaren's off into attack, spoilt from behind, goes well, comes out there, McLaren's picked all up, handball back inside, goes out wide, he turns around and finds his player unchecked, unmarked in Matthew Merritt. So yeah, the senior players are stepping up now, which they need to do. So
it took a while though to get to the pace, didn't they?
Yeah. Goolwa's put a great first quarter in, but can't sustain it, and that's secret when you're not going that well. So in he comes, he's making the umpire work, can't work off too good. He's got himself 3 goals, 4 now, so they go to 16 goals, 11, 107 to the home side, 4-1 on the FPH scoreboard. And he's burnt that one again. Kevy kick in, went out untouched.
Goes, I mean, it's skill errors that are killing them off now, isn't it?
Redagolo gets the ball from McLaren's, puts it up full forward, up it down, it goes again. Out they come, McKay tries to get out to it, goes over. McLaren gets rubbled up, gets wrapped up in the forward, right in the full forward position, and it'll be a ball up by umpire Marks. So up he goes, right at the full forward, pushed underneath it, goes out, rolling over the top, goes up, tries to get onto it, comes out through there, and McKay can't get out to it, finishes up with a point there. They go now to 16 goals, 12 on the FPH scoreboard to 4 goals, 1.
Yes, and from the kick in now, the ball's been marked here by Goolwa.
Slape's
got it. You know where to kick it. You might just hold it up, at least it's stopped. They're not scoring with it.
It's one way to stop the scoreboard, isn't
it? And there's a mark down there to McLaren.
Sam Lowry.
Play on with it down there. And McLaren go across the ground, there's not much opposition across the ground. They can go down to the forward line, which they've done. The ball been kicked in there, and probably, I don't know, might be a little bit too far out to score with it.
Harris and Evans with the ball. He'll probably kick from 30, 33, 35, Kevy.
He probably will when he comes in. He's obviously not wanting them to get too many goals, is he? They're taking too long to kick it down, and there it goes.
The players are happy.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough. You want it to look good. You want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
And goes off. So
well, as they're a top side, I mean, this is probably a good practice run for
yeah,
them.
yeah. You look at the other scores; are still reasonably tight between all other sides, isn't it? So even Yanker given a pretty good stay against Victor Harbour. So McLaren's now try to come into attack, go off through Daniel Marr. He can't get off. Hambles goes around, comes back to Marr. Marr goes off his boot, goes over the top. Shepherded through, there goes another one. So
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
McLaren.
Yeah, I haven't chased up to find out, with their class players. I presume they'll be expecting them back. So,
well, you think they'd have their captain, unless he's badly injured.
I haven't heard of it, so
haven't heard of him,
wouldn't think it would be a bad one.
No.
So
anyway, from the throw up, here's a chance. There's 4 of them fighting for the ball. Then they'll kick the ball across the ground, and the mark has been taken down there by number 5 in McKay. So he'll kick the ball right into that forward line, and here's a chance now for the tall players out there to take the ball, and they've done that. They've marked the ball, and that is, what's it, 22?
42, Cody
42.
Allison. He might be going for the goal kicking.
Yes, what's that, 8 goals he's kicked so far?
We made the umpire work, but he looks back onto it, so...
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
And to turn around, of course, tomorrow we'd have the women's grand final here, so we don't have to move around and shuffle. Up it goes in the centre, straight back out. Ware gets it. He goes high around his eye, but his boot comes off. Slape's boot there, so Ware gives it back to the umpire, and it's back in the centre here for a throw up. Up they go. Up and down it goes, over the top. Ping pong goes up, Slape goes, kicks out there by Goolwa. Backhanded, back out they go. Comes back down there. Nice flick up by McLaren's there. Handball goes up, comes around quickly over there to Charla. Charla goes forward, and it's intercept mark there by Goolwa in Caden Wilton. Comes across, finds his player in Ryan Kennelly. He's played a good game for Goolwa, actually. He's been called a lot, so he goes off. Drives the ball up over the top. Fistron comes from behind, straight over the boundary line at the grandstand here on the clubroom side for a throw in. 17 and a half minutes gone this third quarter, so we get around into it. Boundary umpire comes back in now, sets himself up, probably 15 metres in, which they need, puts it up, which is good, gives them an effort to it, and it goes up, comes back down, socket off the ground there by McLaren's, and it goes out untouched. He's got to it, and it'll be another ball in here by the boundary umpire on the forward flank. Still on the attacking zone here for McLaren's. Sets himself. Up it goes, a bit of a floater, didn't quite get a grip on it, but turns around, socket off by Goolwa, going forward, handball's over, intercepted, McLaren's gets it up, gets over it, comes back to Moyle, Moyle goes forward, goes up onto there and turns around, Ware gets it for McLaren's. Elijah Ware, he goes back, it looks like he's going to have a shot, Kevy, but I don't know if he'll really get this distance. He won't, because he's looking for a pass off, and look at that. Places it in a perfect spot. No one from Goolwa got into there. He ran in, and there it is, straight onto the chest. So, Matthew Merritt wants to catch up. He's got 3. Look at this. He's lining himself up here. Can't kick straight. Steps out, goes around. Spins the ball, drives it all over the net. Umpire comes back, waits for the all clear. Says, yeah.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Yeah, I think they kicked 17 goals to nothing.
Yeah, it's 17 to 1 point.
1 point.
Yeah, Goolwa got 1 point in this quarter. So, ball's on its way back. As we stated, folks, tomorrow we have the 2 grades of the women's grand final here at the Goolwa Oval. The first one's 11:30, I think, isn't it? 11:30, I think it is.
Around 11.
The under-17s, followed by a scratch match, and then the A grade one going at 1:40. So back in the centre with the ball, umpire Goody puts the ball up they go. Ruckman go up for it, comes back out, picked up beautifully there by Justin Watson for Goolwa, goes over, full forward, goes up, out they come, picked up there by Moyle goes out, turns round, kicks out there, comes out there and finds the chest there of Billy Charler. Charler handballs out, goes back in, comes back inside quickly over here to Fennerty. Fennerty puts the ball up for McLaren's now. Forward flank, goes out, can't get onto it. Through there is Max Gill. Turns around, gets up, Goolwa put it all back, goes over to Ryan Smart. He goes off, can't get it. Comes back on here to Ryan Kennelly. He puts around, the umpire comes in, it'll be a ball up on the forward flank. So McLaren's doing as they like here onto it. Laurie goes up, puts the ball back, turns around, goes off and finishes up over the boundary line for a boundary throw in this time. Don't know why the player threw it back in for this player for, because it's a boundary umpire's throw in. So anyhow, goes up there now, boundary umpire with it, gets it up, pushes it all up. Ruckman have to go forward, gets it all up, and the umpire asks for a rethrow.
Getting a bit tired now, I think, these kids.
Yep.
Anyway,
bit better that one, Kevy, so
that
keep
was a little
going.
bit better, yeah. Well, picked up out here by McLaren, and he was dispossessed of it. The mark has been taken down there by Goolwa.
Thomas
Sullivan, and he kicks it over to his
that's
teammate running down there, and they're getting a bit of the rub of the green as well now, aren't they? McLaren, and the ball now has pushed out. Oh, bit of party tricks now, and there goes the ball in there, and he doesn't have to worry too much about this one, because this is a goal to number...
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Yeah, it gets around, so yeah, it was surprising. The breeze was actually coming from the scoreboard across the, only very light, but it was coming across the club rooms here, Kebby, so there is a breeze up there, but not much. No, up they go in the centre, over goes.
Glass, though, does it, Trev?
No, Redigolo gets the ball, goes up forward, over there. McLaren's go up, can't get to it. Spoil comes out through Robinson for Goolwa, and she goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Forward pocket for McLaren's. Sets himself up. Go on. Up it goes, pushes up and down, turns around, goes after it himself again with it, puts it up now to full forward, goes right over, comes off over the top. That will be untouched. It'll be a free kick to Goolwa. Umpires confer, but yeah, he hasn't indicated it was touched, but the umpire says, well, I'm going to call it, and it turned out to it. He didn't indicate it, so it should have been a kick to Goolwa. But forward pocket, clubroom side for a throw-in. Up he goes. Up they go. It's put over the back to Redigolo. Can't get to it. Picked up beautifully there. That was off his boot. There's no dispute in that one. That's out of bounds on the full in the forward pocket, and Goolwa will now get the recipient. See, justice prevails, Kevy.
Yeah.
Missed out in the first one. McLaren's messed it all up, and it comes back now, and that's straightened them all out. So poor player had to go and get the ball. He's still waiting for him to come back. So it's over in the pond with the ducks, I reckon. Drives this ball back in now, comes up the wing, up they go, up and down, kicked up quickly there by Goolwa in Justin Watson. He goes forward, up into the forward flanks, pushed out there by McLaren. They'll be happy to see it go over, which it does. And he turned around and says, no, it didn't go off fully, and it was a good call. Comes over quickly to Goolwa. Goolwa, ducked and weaved, goes into there, and that one there was Coop. And it goes up, this ball has gone. The umpire's calling it back to free kick, and it's going to come back to Elijah Coop. He'll line up now. Looks like that's the 50-metre arc, so I don't really think he's got much hope, Kevy. He's been kicking from, well, probably 52, 53, so in he comes. He's a bit unsure. Just turns around, kicks this up right into the pocket though. Not really a good spot to be putting him. Comes off, socket off the ground there by Goolwa there in Slape, and it was rushed across the boundary line for a minor score to Goolwa. They go to 4-2 to 21-12 to McLaren on the FBA scoreboard.
And McLaren now head down that far side with the ball. Down it goes. Over the back of the pack. Player there, he should know he's handled enough so far today, and that was number 24 there in Matthew Merritt. And he kicks it back, and McLaren now just amble down the ground. Over the back of the pack it goes. There's a couple of them out there, just a matter of getting it over to the player to put the ball through the goal, and he didn't. You can't afford to take things too easy, can you? When the final's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And that is another point then to McLaren. What are they doing here? They're having a bit of a practice.
No, the ball come back right out, so he kicked it back to the fullback, and the fullback kicked it back to him. He says, I don't want it. I want it, yeah. Hot spud.
So Goolwa got hold of it here. Down there, just a little kick in. Goes across there to Carnelli.
He goes back again.
And he'll come back again to
Robinson.
Looks like they're having a bit of a...
Now they're in trouble.
They're in trouble now, yeah. Ball goes across the line. And it was not touched by anybody, was it? The little fella here is going out there. Have a kick.
Pick his pocket, Keppy. He's that close.
I could grab him, yeah. And that is Darcy, 25, wasn't it? Darcy Brown. Kicked the ball in, and
minor score, rushed.
Yeah, not good enough to kick the ball through from there, so that is a minor score only. So that is 21 goals 14 to 4 goals 2 by Goolwa Port Elliot. So and now they're heading on. This could be a promising go now. Tried to do too much with it, and that's been their problem. Trying to do too much with it at times. Oh, here's a go now by McLaren. He's going to line himself up a shot.
Yeah, that's the trouble when you flood though, because when you do get the ball and you go forward, you've got to hang on to it because it's...
No one to kick it there.
Well, that's exactly right. So you've got no one to kick it to. You can't blame the player for getting, because all he can really do is kick it and then pray. So, yeah, as I said, flooding's good, but if you get a good quick movement like that, well, sooner or later you've got no options forward, and you probably will go. So McLaren's now recipients of the ball now, centre half forward. So we'll take a big kick on him to get up to there. Comes in, drives the ball. He's got plenty in onto it. Goes off and slams it into the goal post for another minor score. 21 goals, 15 on the FPAG scoreboard. 141 to 4 goals to 26.
Oh,
nice shove.
Yeah, just a bit of a shove.
And the umpire saw it.
Well, it wasn't hard to see, was it?
Yeah. Billy Charler with the ball, Kevy.
Yeah, and the player then was well over the mark, and Goolwa kick it back, but there was 2 or 3 of them just standing around there. He can have a shot from here. I think he might be a little bit too far out. Bit of wishful thinking here, Trev.
I don't think he'll get anywhere.
No.
It's got to go on the full, doesn't it? So,
yeah.
So doesn't get anything. So 3/4 time here at the Goolwa Oval. McLaren Districts 21 goals, 15, 141 to Goolwa Port Elliot 4-26. So this is a wrap up. We'll try to get this 3/4 scores from around the grounds and come back for the final quarter here. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round on air and YouTube.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding. Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough. You want it to look good. You want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFluorio.com.au.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Encounter Bay 5 goals 2, so that's only 2 goals 1 there. My Ponga Selix 8-10, Langhorne Creek 2-2, so this will say Langhorne Creek are out the running. Strathalbyn have come back, Strathalbyn 6-9 to Willunga 5-8. Victor Harbour 15-8 to Yankalilla 4-4. And of course here McLaren Districts 21-15 to Goolwa Port Elliot 4-2. So looks pretty much, Kevy, that that 5 is decided with 2 games left. The only upset that looks like it could happen would be Encounter Bay Mount Compass, but that's 2 goals 1, so I wouldn't think that would be out there. and it looks like my Ponga Selects have killed off any chance that Langons Creek have had. So that will put them, if Mount Compass win, that'll put them 3 games clear of Langons Creek with 2 matches to go and percentages. So they won't get in. It'll only be probably just a little bit of shuffling to see what happens because McLaren's are only a game clear of the sides underneath, especially my Ponga Selects. If Wollonga go down, well, they're sitting down with and Victor Harbour sitting up there, so they'll still be close. So it'll only be positional changes, but yeah, you won't see creeks coming in from the outside into the 5, not now. So here we are, just to wrap up here, the last one, back in the centre, final quarter here at the Goolwa Oval. Still very dull and overcast here, hasn't been raining, goes on, so turns around, flick the light, Tony. They don't know about it. They're told it's only half time, so umpires, short memories.
Very short.
Yeah. So here we go, underway for the final quarter. Let's hope it's not 30 odd minutes. Up they go, down. Goolwa picks themselves up, out they come now, into attack, goes off there and finds the chest here.
That's what they needed, wasn't
it? Yep, of Reese Slape. So Slape taking his time turning around, which I don't blame him. The last 2 quarters will be murder for him, so he rolls up. It's going to be a big kick from him though. He's going to be kicking, I reckon he'll be just probably pretty well on the 50, might even be just outside of that. As he comes up, he's just inside now, so yeah, drives up, hangs it all up, not a pretty one off the boot, goes over the back, and it's a mark to Goolwa in the forward pocket. As he gets up, I reckon it could be Logan Payne. I reckon it's 7. They've kicked him from here, not Goolwa, but
it is 7.
McLaren's have, yeah, McLaren's have done it. So he turns around, he drives it up, gets it off his boot too early, too quick, goes through for a minor score. So they go to 4 goals, 3 on the FPA scoreboard, 21-15 to McLaren's.
And away go McLaren down the clubroom side. I think it was touched just inside the field of play as it goes across the boundary line and out of bounds. So the boundary umpire will have to come and throw this one in. He goes, he gets himself, throws the ball in. It's not too bad, gives the ruckman a chance. And the
good tackle.
And the Goolwa player there tackled the McLaren player as he thought he was going to be free, and they dispossessed him quite quickly of that one. Ball's down there is another chance for Goolwa to get the ball back again, and they don't get it back. Yes, they do. The ball comes out loose, and McLaren now go down the main road end of the Goolwa Oval, trying to get the ball through the goals down there, and looks like it's going to come back down the entry end to the Goolwa Oval. Oh, there's a player down here by himself. Under it. Well done. He's the one that had a kick not long ago, wasn't it?
Yep.
And that's Slape's kick 1 goal. Chance to double his score here.
Yep. His last kick went right across the goals and hit the player on the chest in the forward pocket, didn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, he's got a chance here to double his score with 1 kick. He does, and I think he might have just done that. He has.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
And of course then into the finals, so it'll be interesting to see who finishes up where to playing for eliminations, but up they go in the centre, comes back out, goes over, Ma gets it, can't get our way with it. He turns around, gets up, goes back there as Billy Charler, goes the ball back to the umpire, up they go. Umpire puts it all up. Laurie gets it all out, goes back over. Goolwa gets tripped up, comes back out to his player there in Smart. He can't get it, goes forward, up in the back, goes up, comes out quickly there in Robinson. Robinson for Goolwa, goes up and finds his player in Ryan Smart. Ryan Smart, the back flank, goes forward, goes up, comes up there, finds his player quickly there, and that was Justin Watson. Watson goes out and goes backwards and finishes up there in the hands of Thomas Sullivan. Sullivan goes up, can't take it, comes out, his own player tripped him up, McLaren's handballs, goes over. Kick was smothered, goes out, quickly goes around once again there to Justin Watson. Goes out wide, and he finds his player out there in Carnelli. Carnelli goes out, finds his player on the chest there in Logan Payne. Logan Payne, it's on the forward flank there. It's going a sharp angle though. Don't know if he'll get the distance on this. He'll be kicking from probably players looking, he's going to be pretty well around the 50 metre mark. Goes up, drives this ball up and under. It's going close, but it's going to be just short. Goes through. I don't think it was touched.
I reckon it's gone through.
Snuck through, yep. Well, there you go.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
At least the endeavour's still there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, as I said, you got to show something. I would say that McLaren's, like they're not perplexed, are they? They're just running now.
Umpire throws the ball up again. Here's a chance for McLaren to get the ball if it bounces up nicely. There's too many of them there in the way. Finally, the hand pass goes away. Here's a chance now for Goolwa. Get the ball if it goes across. Nearly a mark taken by Goolwa. Can he kick his left foot? Obviously he can, a little bit anyway. And the ball now will be picked up out here by McLaren. He gets it over the top. And it's gone over here to number 12 in Redigolo. Redigolo kicks it further down, and it's gone down here now to number 8, Alex Moyle.
Tom Fennerty now.
Fennerty. And this will be down within kicking distance, you would think now. Merritt. So Merritt has got 5 goals. Can he make this 6? Looks like he has.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
On the FPH scoreboard. So it started out well for Goolwa. There's a little bit of a sniffle coming back here now, but I think they'll be really looking forward to the end of the season. Up they go in the centre. Now Goolwa goes out. Bit of a shove in the back there. Could have gone, get a free kick. Unlucky probably, but it goes up there now. McLaren's wrap it all up. And she goes just forward on the wing position, just slightly favouring Goolwa for a throw up. Up they go, out it goes, comes over the back, turns around. Goolwa now tries, gets down a little bit further. He's getting hung onto and didn't have the ball.
There, didn't he?
Yeah, didn't have it. So he goes out, goes off. The kick comes out through Moyle, goes straight away into Redigolo. Redigolo goes off, too short in the pocket, turns around, picks all up. Handball goes over to the Tedley twin, but Robinson cleans up for Goolwa. Goes out the back, up and down, picks all up. Handball by Goolwa goes. Turns around, handball comes back, turns around, ducks and weaves and bobs around. Redigolo throws the body. He turns around, gets up. He goes, he thumps it. He turns around. The umpire will come in for a throw up. Full forward position. McLaren's into attack. Up they go. Over the back comes Goolwa. puts it over the top, handball goes over, gives it straight to Retigolo. Retigolo goes backwards, kicks it up and down, comes out, goes over to Goolwa. Goolwa picks the ball up, handball goes over to Fry. Fry goes back out, goes out the far side. Not the real run on it here going. Turn around, picked it all up, good going. Dived on the ball there. I would turn around and say, holding the ball. He turned around and said, he went for a dive and thought he would swallow dive to get a free, and there was nowhere near that. So, ball on the true wing position, up it goes, picked all up there, goes straight under the arms there of Payne. Payne goes up and down for Goolwa, turns around, gets up onto here, comes down onto it, socket off the ground there by Goolwa, and I turn around, minor score only. I was going to say, socket that one off was Aidan Gain, and he turned around and it goes for a minor score only for a point. So Goolwa go to 6 goals for 40 to 22-15 on the FPA scoreboard.
All about to be brought back in by McLaren. Round to the go. Here's a chance for the runners to get it out. They can, and they have. Player there got the ball down the ground, down the clubroom side, down there, and it's gone right down to the other end of the ground, and looks like the ball has come out down there, and it's gone straight through the goals.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Hours, yeah.
Might be less though, so we got most of ours overnight and in the morning. So
These haven't cut the oval up at all, have they?
No, it's held up well. I was talking to the lad that was doing all the painting here on Friday, and he was a bit worried that with the today's and the weather that it'll all get muddied up and gone out, but it's gone well. So the ball's gone up and down, comes out, comes straight over to Goolwa. Goolwa from the back lines puts the ball up quickly through there, and Wilton goes up there. McLaren's get wrapped up onto there, tackled on the boundary line, and the umpire's pinged him for holding the ball. And it doesn't matter because he handballed it over the line anyway. So now the discussion comes, and it's going on to the players. They must have decided that he can have it. The tackle was laid, and it looked like he tried to handball it, went over the boundary line, so untouched. Comes around here to Daniel Fry. Fry goes forward. There's a nice big shove. Slape gets away with that one. That was a rip snorter. I don't know what he's going back for. He won't make the distance.
The McLaren boats, are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, well, whistle hasn't gone, so the answer is yes. So he'll roll up. He'll be kicking from outside the 50.
It was a fair sort of shove, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he'll need a pretty big boost in this. Runs out and about, drives onto it, pulls it around too much. You normally do if you try to get onto there. And he finishes up with another point. He's kicked 2 goals, 3 for the morning, so it goes 6-5 to Goolwa, 23-15 to
Oh, that's a good mark, taking
McLaren.
In by Goolwa.
That's number 7 again, Payne.
Yeah, he's having a good second half, isn't he? Logan Payne. Got 1 of the 6 goals. What he's trying to do, he's trying to stop him scoring any more, I think.
Yeah, no, he's just winding the clock down.
That's what I mean, winding the clock down.
Yeah, they don't want McLaren to get 100, 200 points. It's good enough though. He's got his second for the...
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
The sunshine out there.
Yeah.
Umpire throws the ball up high. Up it goes. Taken down by McLaren. Handballed out. A chance here for Goolwa to get another goal. Down to the forward line it goes. Over the back of the pack it goes. It bounced well out there for the McLaren player. And he just gives it to his teammate. And he's got another one out in front of us here. Taken the mark, and that's 49, and that was Jackson Daniels. And he's kicked it further down. And that has gone out. And the boundary umpires got hold of it. Move it along. Oh, it'll be alright. We don't have to take the thing down tonight now, do we, Trev?
No, she stays over tonight.
And
you can have a sleepover, Kevin.
Yeah, good sleeping in here tonight.
You and Tony saves you to get here early. According to the program, you should be, but won't be.
It's supposed to be about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, gates open at then. I got news for them.
Yeah.
And I only live over the back, so no hope.
And you won't be there, so...
No. Boundary umpire sets here in the forward pocket for Goolwa. So they're making a bit of inroads. Up they go. Over the top it goes. All McLaren's thumping it up and down. Laurie gets up, should go for holding the ball, and he will. And Goolwa are going to get another attack at the goal here. So it comes around. Comes out.
I think this is good for next year to see that they've still got a bit of go in them.
Yep. Jai Bottroff, he's been handy for them. Yeah, I think their biggest problem is going to be depth. Even, goes up. That was a shocker off the boot. Almost kicked the man on the mark.
Yeah.
Got himself a minor score only, but still in there. 7-6 on our FPA scoreboard to 23-15 for McLaren.
I think skill's their biggest problem at the moment. They can get the ball, they can have shots at goal, but they're just not good enough to put the ball through.
Yeah, but they've got nothing sort of in the reserves to come up, and the ones that are up, they're just going to struggle to get all of them. So it's looking pretty tough again for them. So at they go now. Fry gets the ball for Goolwa once again. Drives off, comes into the lead, coming out, up and down. Slope gets it. Slap gets it again. So Reese Slape with the ball lines up. He's kicked 2 goals, 3. Can he make it 3 and get themselves right in onto the scoreboard? At least they're having a run now, which is good. They could have just completely tossed it in. Like I said, it's hard for McLaren's to get completely enthused about it, but it's still a game of footy.
Well, they've got to, because soon the real part's coming up.
Yep.
In a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, there they go. Another point to Slate, so not helping the cause. 7-7 on the FPA scoreboard to 23-15 for McLaren's.
Well, we've been going, 19 minutes now, isn't it, by the clock over there?
17.
17, is it? I need another pair of glasses, I know that.
We'll just look at the screen. So right over there on the wing now it goes. McLaren's into drive up there, up forward, and there it is. Too much reach there. As I said before, Goolwa don't have a lot of height in their side, and they're getting tested up in the forward lines with the tall timbers up there for McLaren's. Both Merritt and Ellison have had the reach and had the body play. So rolls up now. Matthew Merritt rolling up. He's got himself 5. Can he get 6? He gets up and under that one. Goal umpire's not moving. His signals as a goal. So
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
He will throw it up. The ruckman's come in, get it. In go the ruckman. Oh, knocked it. That beautiful palm down that was to the player standing there. And he comes out.
There it is, hide again.
Puts it down to the forward line. And number 42
It's kicked 8, Kevy.
Kicked 8, has it?
Yep. He reckons he's got to go at this one because Merritt was getting too close.
Jealous.
It looked like he was going to pass it off.
He's not going to pass it off. I think he
doesn't need to, does he?
Passed it through the goals, didn't he?
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
It's only 4 goals this quarter, so might not be too long anyway. Umpire throws it up again. Comes in to toss it up, which he does do. And they got it down here now, and the Goolwa's trying to push it down towards their end, but it's not actually happening. They're all laying on the ground, like they're making sandcastles with it. Umpire throws it up again. Up it goes. Goolwa get a big knockout. McLaren get the ball low and going around the forward line, and there's a mark taken down there by McLaren. The ball goes over. If they can mark this one, this will be another goal. I don't think that they have marked it. And the umpire's got the ball here, and he will throw it up. Extra player on the field out there. A little baby out there. Wouldn't be too old running around. I wouldn't got to have the ball come over too close.
Yeah. Yes, you wonder what parents do, don't you?
Yeah. If it comes over here fairly quickly, they might not be able to get the
whole ground, and you're standing inside the boundary line letting your kids play on it. It's not a playground. So anyway, the ball goes forward. Goolwa get the ball out, running on, trying to get onto it. He gets held onto, didn't have the ball. Then he gets fallen onto, and the ground goes over. The umpire blows his whistle and says no. Free kick back to Goolwa in Daniel Fry. So Fry gets up. It's on the wing position, clubroom side. Drives up. Needs to get back further from the man on the mark, or will be smothered, which it almost was. So kicks up forward, up they go, thumped by Goolwa, over the top it goes, back down, comes back down, handball out the back, goes over there, out to Bollenhagen. Bollenhagen from McLaren's goes out, finds his player out there on the forward flank, which I reckon was Evans. Goes up, Goolwa up and down, can't get onto it. Player comes out, goes over to it, picked up there, intercepted by Goolwa, socket off the ground by McLaren's, goes out quickly out there to Ellison. Ellison can't pick it all up. Now it goes out wide. Goes around there to 23. Handball come out. Straight into the goals. So it goes around to Jake Stummer.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbour, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Doing a complete swap here, aren't they? There has been 5 players run up to the back lines here, and I reckon they've swapped the team around. That's a big call, isn't it? After a goal, up it goes forward, over the back, turns her up, hanging on to it, and it's going to be a free kick to Goolwa. Oh no, the umpire said you were hanging on to him, so it comes back to the man of the moment in Ellison. So he rolls up, looks around, he's going to walk in there. What does it be, his 10th?
This will certainly make the goal kick
10, yeah.
Change a bit, won't it?
Straight over the top, umpire's happy, there goes number.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want ShedX Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with ShedX Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with ShedX Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. ShedXFlurio.com.au.
Mount Compass 8-6 have defeated Encounter Bay 6-3, and my Ponga Selix a 9-15 have beaten Langhorns Creek 3-5. Up it goes in the centre. McLaren's get up and down. Laurie gets it, drives this ball back forward again, over the top, smacked away there by Goolwa Port Elliot, comes to ground, picked them all up, handball goes back, goes over, pushes it all over, didn't get it far enough, curves around the body there for McLaren's, up and down it goes, tapped over the back, wrestling going on here, players try to go out for it, picked it all up, and the umpires picked one out of there. I think he could have let that one go because they were both hanging on like anything, and goes, so McLaren's are the recipient of here, which goes round to Rory Horser.
Where are all these players coming from?
Here goes through, goal umpire nods, goes around.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Flurio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
And we've got, I reckon it's 26 minutes gone, so...
Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much longer.
Well, you wouldn't want
I
to.
reckon.
Up she goes in the centre, comes back out. Goolwa try to wrap it up, wrap the player up. He can't get hold of it. He gets put down. The umpire will come back in.
And if a certain person was was timekeeping,
oh,
sorry, it would have gone by now.
Yeah. Well, if there's a fight going on, someone from my Ponga would normally do it. Up they come, turned around, picked up there by Goolwa. Off the side of the boot though, goes up and down, straight in the hands of, into their 49, which is Jackson Daniels. He goes over, finds his player in Moyle. Moyle goes over, finds Fennerty. He goes, kicks in the man, the mat, goes straight over there to Payne. Payne for Goolwa, goes forward, can't get to it. It's man of the moment there, kicked the last one, goes up, he handballs out, gets probably unlucky, I reckon he's kicked it all out, it's gone away there. McLaren's get the ball, he handballs it back over the top, then he goes after it again, turns around, goes up, goes to Laurie. Laurie goes back to his partner, goes up onto it. Over the top goes Goolwa. Goolwa handballs it out, can't get onto it, picked all up, goes off their hands there, back inside, and Goolwa force it over the boundary line on the back flank there for a boundary throw.
I reckon they got about 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, as I said, they wouldn't be too badly off into here, so be a bit of a stretch now, I think, for them to get the 200 up. But still, it's a pretty good effort. So up it goes, Ruckman go up, comes back down, turns around, McLaren's get it all out, goes over there, picks all up, goes forward now, kicks all out there, hits the chest of his player coming out there, and that one there is Kane Hopkins.
Just looking through the local paper here, Trev, and no goal kicking list in it. You thought that perhaps there would have been one this time of the year, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I thought there was one, might have been it before. Anyway, Kane Hopkins.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
The paper can't print it, can it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Make it up.
I thought that's what journalists did. They had to find the information. Up it goes, comes back down, gets up, wrapped up there. He throws it out now. The umpire blew his whistle and said it's a ball up. So
I would have thought the journalists could have had the information given to them.
Well, possibly. So, umpire Goody now, Andrew and Marks have done a good job. Up they goes, up and down it goes, comes out, Moyle gets it, he gets wrapped up, doesn't really want to do anything to it, and he does. Umpire pings him for it, so he turns round.
Serve him right.
Yep, comes back around here now, and I reckon that was Bottroff. Bottroff with a ball. Drives off, goes off, kicks it all out. Gangly type of a kicker. Goes up forward, off hands, comes over the back, comes off the knees of the Goolwa player, over the boundary line. That one there was Justin Watson. As it goes up for a boundary throw in on the forward flank for Goolwa Port Elliot. In he goes. Young lad puts it up. Up it goes. Ruckman goes up. Body comes out. Comes over the back straight into the hands of Daniel Maher. Maher handballs it off to his teammate. Goes up. Over the back it goes. Turns around. Goolwa with a run of it. Turns around. Picks it all up. Handballs it back inside. There was Carnelli. Carnelli goes over to McLaren. There it is. It sounded like the siren went up under there. Did it? Or the whistle gone off? Free kick going to Goolwa. Player looked disappointed, so finally the free kick goes back to Goolwa in the back flank.
If he hangs on to it a bit longer, the siren will have gone.
Yeah, up it goes to the wing, over the back it goes. Touch goes off, still in play, picks up here to Fry. Fry now drives Goolwa into attack, up their forward line, up and down it goes, off the head of him, picks over the top, handball out by Goolwa. Nobody for Goolwa there though. Up and down, goes over. Hands around, comes over. McLaren's put the ball up, short though, bounces beautifully for his player there, and Jackson Daniels goes forward, up it goes, turn around, picked all up, too easy there for Goolwa, comes back inside, he walks inside, he goes to down, and the umpire said it dropped it, free kick to Goolwa. That one there, he's given it to McLaren's. So it comes back around quickly into there, and it goes on to Stummer Harvey, goes off into the pocket, he goes, and he finds the player forward now lining up for a shot at goal.
This will be the one that
Joel Vanderloor, and he's got 25 metres. So he is going to easily kick a goal. Time on called back again, so Vanderloor gets his first.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
30 odd minutes.
Yeah.
So this one here has certainly got them up now. There's 15, so 16 goals. Up in the centre it goes, comes back out. Goolwa now pushing around with it, gets a handball, goes back out, goes around to his player, goes up forward now, right up the forward lines. Out they go, turns around, picked up there by Fry, can't get it out to it. 3-on-1 here. Fry is doing a great battling job here. He wraps up and he's going to get the ball up.
Fry against the rest.
There was 3-on-1 and come to the 4 and he held the ball up.
Yeah.
Well done. Up they go. Ruckman goes up. Laurie tries to get it up. Fry comes back into it again. Goes over to his mate there. He kicks it forward. Up the full forward. Up the goes up. Hand comes off hand there. Goolwa got the fist to it. She goes over the boundary line in the forward pocket. As the siren finally sounds for it. That was it, wasn't it?
Yep,
so just a little spurt. So 30 goals, 15. Thank you very much for McLaren's, to 7 goals, 7 to Goolwa. So they've made an effort into there anyway.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
So
I mean, they've probably got more goals than a couple of teams have got today.
Yep. So if you just want to read through a couple there, Kevy. So look at there. No, don't take this one. Full time has come up on all of them. I got it's only the Victor Harbour one coming, but I'll put down that score at the moment, so because that won't go anywhere else but the results. So
can't we score another 5 points for
No.
McLaren, Trev? Come on.
No, it's too much now. It's no good going on to
We're
it.
not going to put them down if you do.
But I tell you what, there's been one game that has sent real chills going around here, and side that played in the grand final, Kevy. So I'll quickly read through a couple of the goal kickers here. For Goolwa Port Elliot, Slate kicked 2, Logan Payne with 2, singles to Daniel Fry, Bailey Payne, and one that we couldn't pick up, so apologise for that. But it was 2 ways here for McLaren Districts. Matthew Merritt got himself 2, 4, 6, and Cody Ellison got himself 10, I reckon. And then we had Elijah Ware with 3, and Max Gill with 2. Then we had singles to Todd McKay, Daniel Marr, Billy Charler, Tom Fennerty, Joel Vanderloor, Kane Hopkins, Stummer Harvey, and Air White, and Harrison Evans. So they were spread pretty well around, but their focal points got them. So if you want to give the final rounds for 16 in the Great Southern Football League, Kevin, go for it.
The
results of around the grounds.
Round the grounds, righto. Mount Compass 8 goals 6, defeated Encounter Bay 6 goals 3. Waiponga Selix 9 goals 15, defeated Langhorne Creek 3-5. Strathalbyn 7-12, defeated Wallunga 7-10. Victor Harbour 18-8, defeated Yankalilla 7-9. And then of course the game just finished here. We had McLaren Districts 30 goals 15, defeated Goolwa Port Elliot 7-7. So that's the results of round 16 from the Great Southern Football League. As we said, tomorrow the grand final of the women's football's on. That's what's it, around about 2:30, is it?
No, 1:40 the game's
1:40,
underway.
is it?
Yeah,
Right.
Gates open here at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the first game's at 11 or 11:30, I think, Kev.
Yeah, the first game is an under
17s.
The
Grand final.
second game is a mixed up game between 2 teams picked from the women's competition, and of course the women's grand final I think is Wallunga and Encounter Bay and
Yankalilla.
Stingrays.
Combined side. So they've done a good job there to combine for the season and play off in the grand final. So well done to them. And of course, I think Wallunga are aiming for 4 straight, I think. So good going on to there. So that's it. That's the wrap up. Weather held out here showery early, so hopefully it won't be around for tomorrow. So we will catch you for the women's grand final tomorrow here live at 1:40. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, Match of the Round, on air and YouTube.
This has been a presentation from Victor Harbour's 90.1 Happy FM.